Hello guys, welcome to Study IQ. I'm Safir. In this session, we are going to talk about schemes for micro pension. Okay, so the schemes for micro pension. And in fact, we have already discussed about the schemes for micro credit and micro insurance. So here in this session, I'll be focusing on schemes for micro pension. And the first one that I'm going to discuss is actually the new pension scheme. Okay, so new pension scheme and later renamed as National Pension System. So NPS. Anyway, even if it is National Pension System, it is NPS itself. Okay, so it is renamed as National Pension System. See, it was actually initiated on 1st Jan 2004. 1st Jan 2004 for the central government employees except armed forces. Armed force, there is a different one. So this is for the central government employees except armed force from 2004 onwards. So this system is applicable for those who are joining from or after 2004, once it came into force, right? Not applicable before, because that's a breach of contract. When they have entered into the job, the contract was different, right? So here, from 2004 onwards, National Pension System. So how it will be? See guys, it was like earlier, the system is like defined benefit. What you get on retirement, it is defined, right? What was your salary, last salary? Half of that is going to be your pension and you'll be keep on getting the same. So that is defined benefit. Now, what is defined is actually the contribution. So there is a shift from defined benefit to defined contribution. So you will be contributing. Government will also contribute. In fact, if you need to contribute extra for your retirement life, you can contribute now from your savings. I'll tell you how it is done and what are the deductions you get in income tax. All these things we can discuss, right? And then what will be done with this fund? Your investment, it will be invested in stocks and mutual funds and everything. And ultimately, you'll be getting a very good return. And since it is done for a long period of time, there is nothing to worry. There may be fluctuations in the market, but over a long period of time, right? If you see, Sensex started in 1978, now where Sensex is standing. And same way Nifty also, right? If you have invested in Nifty, like even last year, if you have invested, now it is almost doubled. So you can see over a long period of time, if your investment is in the stocks or good quality stocks or indexes safe. Maybe if I invest in a stock, that may be a problem. Some stocks, rarely it may come down, right? Like what happened with Anil Ambani, that stocks has come down, Kingfisher, okay? But there are stocks like TCS, Wipro, but it is not that these guys are going to invest in one or two. They will be investing in the index. And the index is like a pool of stocks, right? If you see Sensex, it is 50 stocks. Or Nifty is 50 stocks and Sensex is 100, 200 different ranges there. So guys, this is what actually going to be done. And the benefit, you cannot predict now. It depends. Okay, so the return will be high anyway. But here there is a contribution from your side. And if you want to have a very good retirement life, you can contribute more than what is the requirement. 10% is the minimum requirement. And equally, the government will also contribute the 10%. Okay, I'll just show you what all things is coming here. So I'll just write it here. Earlier, it was defined benefit. Okay, now it is shifted to defined contribution. Okay, so this is the benefit, the outcome. What you're going to get is very clearly defined. Your last salary and half of that, right? So here, this new pension system, it is not defined. What is defined is the contribution. How much you contribute is what is actually defined. And let's try to understand the contribution. There are like tier 1 contribution is there, tier 2 contribution is there, right? So tier 1 contribution is mandatory, tier 2 is optional. As I've told you just before, if you need to have a very good retirement life, tier 2 can be more. You can add more. And you will be getting tax exemption also when you're saving. Guys, savings need to be promoted by government, right? Obviously, any government will promote savings. Why promoting savings? Because if you save, that will go as investment. and that will promote infrastructure development, growth, and everything. So firms need money. From where firms get money? From financial institutions. Who will deposit in financial institutions? The savers. Who are the savers? The households like you, me, etc. So you need to save. And that's the reason why the government is giving incentive to save. So if you are investing like this, you cannot get it next year, right? You have invested, you cannot get next year. You cannot get immediately after getting the tax deduction. It will take some time. So that fund is actually blocked, and that can be used by the firms. So they will make the growth, and the income tax exemption which is given to you will be paid by them actually, because this fund that you have saved is going as investment, and that is going to make further money growth, and that government will get. So it is not that government is giving something for free of cost, by promoting savings. Whatever you save will go as investment, that will further make money, and that tax anyway government will get. So it is very much good to give you tax exemption if you are saving. Okay, so I hope this is very clear. Let's say tier 1 capital. Now here there are two contributions. You will contribute, you as a central government employee, you will contribute 10% of your basic pay and DA. Let's say your total salary that you're getting, basic pay and DA is around 50,000, then you will contribute 5,000. Equal amount will be contributed by the government. So government will also contribute the equal amount. So whatever you contribute, this is mandatory. You have to, 10% of you, this have to be contributed. Same contribution will be from the government. So post-retirement government burden is not there. Government don't have any burden. While you are in service, while you're working, whatever contribution you are making, equal contribution will be by the government also will be done. And this is, keep on growing, right? It is going to be, the rule of compounding, if you know, it is so amazing. And for, let's say 25, 30 years, if you're working, that is going to be a huge amount. And in case, suppose you're going and getting into IAS or IPS, you guys, even at the beginning, it will be 5,000, 6,000 is what you're investing. And then next year, it will keep on increasing, and it is getting accumulated with a compounding power. Once you retire, you will be getting a corpus of around 4 crore, 5 crore. Close to that you will get. And that's enough for you to live a very good retirement life. Okay. So that is what the tier 1 capital, tier 1 contribution. Okay. But guys, this is, as I've told you, this is compulsory and cannot be withdrawn before retirement. Only upon retirement you can withdraw this. Now, why government? See, if you are allowed to withdraw this, then you have contributed 10%, government have contributed 10%, and maybe after 1 year, if you're withdrawing, means whatever government contribution is there, you have withdrawn, right? And you're not going to get anything for the future. But at the same time, if this contribution is there now, it is only like virtual, but actually it will be going as investment, because this is money which is saved. Okay, so government don't want you to use it now for two reasons. Post-retirement thing is there. Secondly, this is money which is going for investment. Okay, so now what about tier 2? This is optional. Okay, so just let me write it. Compulsory, everybody have to contribute, and this is optional or voluntary. And whatever contribution you make in tier 2, that you can withdraw. Okay, but it's not that I have made a contribution today and I have made an income tax deduction claim upon the contribution, and after getting that I can withdraw. No, not like that. There will be some time before retirement you can withdraw if you want, but that's not that. It doesn't mean that like after 1 year or 2 years after getting the deduction or exemption you can withdraw. No, here it is optional contribution. You can withdraw even before the retirement, but tier 1 you cannot withdraw before retirement. Whatever contribution you have made and the government made, it will keep on growing, accumulating. You cannot withdraw before retirement. So this is what you need to know. First is compulsory, second is optional. This you cannot withdraw before retirement. Only upon retirement you can get it. You'll get a lump sum, and still you can invest it. And that lump sum amount will be fine for your rest of the life. Okay. So guys, all of us are looking for a post-retirement life, right? So we need to make a corpus, good corpus. So this will actually help you to make a good corpus. And by that time, your financial education and everything, the knowledge and how to handle money and everything will be perfect. If not at this level. So you know what to do with that money which you're getting at that age. So you don't want to bother, right? You will have a very good life. You can go somewhere, you can settle there, you can buy a house, right? And then, or if you're not buying a house, you can even rent a house easily. And you can again invest that either in mutual funds. Mutual funds will grow at around 13-14% over a long period of time. So it's safe also, because these are done by experts, not like you. If you are an expert and if you know the knowledge in investing and everything, that is the best thing that you can do. But fixed deposit, you'll be getting hardly 6-7%. Compared to that, mutual fund is much better. So you simply, what you need to do, you have a corpus, you have the fund, you can invest that, and you keep on getting 14%. Imagine you got a 10 crore corpus after the retirement. I'm assuming that you're an IAS IPS officer, or 5 crore you're going to get. Now, by your time, the salaries will increase and it will come to 10 crore, close to. And imagine 14% mutual fund return if you're getting a year, and it will be compounded also. But forget about compounding, you just keep on taking that 14%. That itself will be 1.4 crore. 1.4 crore means monthly you're getting 10 lakhs. Or forget about this 10 crore corpus. Suppose you're getting only 6 crore. Suppose you're getting 6 crore is very much possible and you'll be getting it. Okay. So 6 crore and you're investing it. 15% return, imagine. Forget about bank return. Bank return itself will give you 7%, 8%, but it has nothing to do because of the inflation. Okay. So 6 crore you have invested in mutual funds. 15% you're getting, 90 lakhs you're getting per year, or 100 lakhs. Let's assume it as 1 crore. 1 crore you're getting. Now, 1 crore means it's almost like monthly you're getting 8 to 10 lakhs. That's a good amount, right? And this is enough to serve, not only to survive, but to have a very good life. This is enough. Any other service also, if you're looking into, you can calculate, and almost like that you will be getting. Okay. So why you are getting such a huge corpus? Because this fund that you're investing, that just keep on accumulating on one side. Secondly, there is a power of compounding. 1 rupee become 2 rupee, then 2 rupee become 4 rupee, and 4 become 8, right? 1 become 2, the same time as what is actually taken to take 4 become 8, and 8 becomes 16. Like that, it keep on growing. That's the power of compounding. Secondly, these stocks, wherever they have invested, the index will grow. Okay, that will also grow. So that way you'll be maximizing. And guys, it's not risky since it is for a long period of time. If you look for next 20 years or 10 years, you blindly invest in any quality stocks, or simply mutual fund, or simply index Nifty, it is going to give you good return. At least 15% you will be getting. Blindly you can do, but not short term. Like, I want to do it today, next week or next to next week I need to liquidate, means it may come down, so you may be in loss. But long term, anyway, Nifty is going to be flying, because we have that kind of economy, that kind of growth is there, that kind of development is there, and the new companies are coming, they're contributing. And if one company is not contributing from Nifty, that company will be taken out and some other better company will be added. Only those companies with a good performance and market capitalization will come in that Nifty 50. So it is a performance of 50 top companies. That's what Nifty 50 shows. And if it is Bank Nifty, it shows the performance of certain banks, specific to banks. But Nifty, it includes all sectors, IT, banks, and other sectors, Reliance and everything. Okay, Sensex, you can invest. I hope this is very clear. So my point is, thinking that it is invested in stock exchange, it is risky. No. It is, firstly, it is not done by you. It is done by experts. There is asset management company, and Government of India have actually appointed 3 asset management company for this. SBI Mutual Fund is there, UTI is there, right? And one more is there. LIC is there. Okay, so tier 2 capital. So here, how much you can contribute? There is no restriction, guys. Let's say 10% here. Now, if you want to save, see, the best way to have a very good post-retirement life is save 50% now. Imagine if you're saving 50%, 10% is done, 40% if you're investing it, is going to be huge. And in fact, if you're a private person, you can retire early also. Okay, so tier 2, there is no limit. So any amount I can invest here. What about government contribution? Now, don't think that I contribute 40%, government will also contribute. No, here government is not going to do that. So government contribution is nothing. So government contribution will come only 10% in the tier 1 capital. Here there is no government contribution. Otherwise, what you will do, you will deposit all your money as savings and you try to find some other jobs also in between to survive. So that is not possible, right? So government contribution is not there. So now what they will do, these two will be invested in securities. Who will be doing that? It is done by asset management company. It is actually the wing of a mutual fund. These are experts who take decisions where to invest, which stocks we need to invest, which bonds. So it will be divided into, the sum will be divided into, maybe 60, 40, 30, 70, like that in different ratio. And some will be invested in bonds, which are more safe, very safe, government bonds, government securities. It will also give you easy 7% return. Government, rather than going for fixed deposit at a rate of around 6.5, you can simply invest in Bharat bonds. That itself will give you 7% return. And what these guys will do is they will invest in Bharat bonds and they can pledge the very same investment, and they can also play in the stock market with the same investment is already done at 7%, and that 7% you'll get. And by pledging that, you don't want to invest here, you can play in derivatives. You can sell options, buy options, and you can make money there also. If there is a loss, then only you need to give it from your side. But these guys, they have huge funds and they can adjust their positions, whatever it comes. And normally they won't make into loss. And that is why when you see when the stock market is crashing, if there is a situation when the stock market is crashing, these LIC people will just come and pump in money and buy everything and will take it up. Because what they're doing exactly what is required. They're buying at the low. When the crash is there, what they're doing is, now the price is low, good companies, they will buy and they will hold it. So what will happen when these people started buying, the prices will go up automatically, market will also go up. So there is two advantages. These guys are getting at a very low price. Secondly, this is good for our market as well, because these guys are coming and protecting the market from a crash. So actually, this AMC, Government of India, as I've told you, government appointed AMC of 3, right? The UTI is there, and then SBI Mutual Fund is there, and also LIC is there. So these, okay. And then you have different options where to invest. An auto option is like 60% will be in bonds, 40% will be invested in shares. You can opt also. If you want to take more risk, you can opt accordingly, like that. You can go with more in shares and less in stocks, like that. Same like mutual fund, guys. Mutual fund, what you do, you have different schemes, right? Mutual fund also, these guys are doing the same. Some invested in bonds, some invested in securities or the shares, right? So if you're a risk taker, then you can tell that 90% in shares and 10% in bonds. Or if you're not a risk taker, 90% in bonds or 80% in bonds, which is safe, and 10 or 20 in shares, like that. So there is a choice for you. Now here, what is your pension? Now, what is going to be your outcome? Because I've told you the benefit is not defined. Contribution is defined. Now, you know what is a contribution. I can contribute 10%, which is mandatory. Government also will contribute. This is the minimum anyway, which you're going to contribute. Then upon your choice, optional contribution is there. What the pension you're going to get? It depends on two things. It can be as does a question. Firstly, it depends on the investment. So investment could be the 10% alone, or you can add more. So firstly, it is going to depend on the investment, right? If you have added more output you'll get. Secondly, it will very much depends on the return, because you have the investment and these guys are investing it, would be done in bonds and the shares and all, and you cannot predict where Reliance is going to go, where TCS is going to go, right? Where these different companies, Wipro or Infosys, etc., where HDFC, they might be investing in these good quality blue chip companies. So where these share prices are going to go, nobody knows. But what is sure, what is certain, long period of time, these guys are going to go up and up and up only. Okay, so that is the reason why you're investing. So your pension depends on these two, your investment, whatever you have made, and the return on the investment. Now, your investment depends on what? Guys, your investment depends on your savings, mostly. How much you spend and how much you save. If you can save more, in fact, if you want to retire early, you can retire early also. So your investment depends on your income and your contribution in tier 2, because tier 1 is mandatory. Tier 2 contribution is very important. What else? One more thing, duration of the job. You entered at 21 years, you entered at 31 years. There is a difference, right? So the guy who entered at 21 and the guy who entered at 31, the corpus which you are going to get, that is the investment, which will be totally different. So the output also will be different. So the guy who worked more with the government will get more. Okay. So I hope this is very clear, because you have contributed more. So your duration of job. So guys, these can be the prelims question. So I'm explaining this very clearly. You don't want to read the textbooks or anything for this topic again. That is the objective. When you are spending around 20 minutes with me, and that itself is enough for you to cover that particular topic. Be it any topic that I've done it in this way only. Okay, I may not be coming with a PowerPoint like the other teachers, but whatever I'm giving you, it is the best content. So you have this pension. Pension depends on two things, your investment and return. And your investment depends on three things, mainly your income and the contribution you make in tier 2. Tier 1, obvious, it is nothing to make, it is not going to make a difference. 10% is fixed. You can't do anything. That is not different, that is same, right? And then the duration of the job. So I hope this is very clear. And why I have told you this is applicable for those who joined only after 2004, because otherwise it's a breach of contract. You can't do that, because you have signed an agreement when they have entered upon the job, right? There is a call letter and appointment letter and all. In that, whatever they are going to get is actually mentioned. So the pension and everything, that if you violate it, if you're asking them to shift to this, some of them may be ready because it looks good for some of them. Some of them want a fixed setup, not like defined contribution. They like a defined benefit. So if you're telling them to come to this, it's a breach of contract. So applicable for those who joined after 2004. Now, guys, what about defense? I've told you armed forces. In case of defense, there is guaranteed pension, right? But what they are demanding, what is the demand? Demand is one rank, one pension. Now, what is this all about? See, now there is a guaranteed pension. So let's say you are a colonel 20 years back. Okay, 20 years back, you were a colonel. That time, like, or 30 years back, 1982, 1992, that time, salary was very low, right? Imagine our condition at that point of time. Salary was around 20,000. Okay, so when you're retiring as a colonel, what you're getting from 92 onwards, 10,000. Half of it is what you're getting. There's a guaranteed pension. And you keep on getting the same. So the lifestyle in 92 and lifestyle in 2002 have changed. Inflation is there and so much of difference is there. But still, you keep on getting the same pension. Now, is it correct? Now, imagine another colonel who's retiring now. His salary is 1 lakh. 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. And he is getting, let's say, 50,000. So you can see here, same rank. This guy is retiring as colonel. This new guy is also retiring as colonel. But this guy is getting 10,000 now. This guy is getting 50,000. Well, imagine same rank, but the lifestyle now is post-retirement lifestyle is different. It has to be same, right? Same rank officer, post-retirement lifestyle and what they're getting should be at least the same. Now that is the reason why these demand for one rank, one pension. So if you're, that means your pension should be adjusted with the current. Okay, so you need to update it to the new scale. Now, why? What is the issue? It's going to be a big burden for the government, right? So you'll have to spend a lot for these people. So that is why it is going to affect. Now, because salaries have increased, so that's why this issue. Life expectancy have increased, right? So people are living more, and all these are becoming issues. So the pension burden will increase. So fiscal reforms is very much necessary. It is going to be a big fiscal burden for the government, and it is going as a revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure means day-to-day expenditure. Then that lead to revenue deficit, fiscal deficit and all. And we have this target also, fixed fiscal deficit target, revenue deficit target under FRBM. Okay. Now in 2009, this NPS was extended to all citizens under all citizen model. Now who can have NPS? All citizens in the age of 18 to 60 years. Now this you remember, guys. Now they will ask you which among the following is true with respect to new pension system. This can be open for all citizens, not only central government employees now. All citizens, though it started for central government employee, now all. Age group 18 to 60. This also you need to remember. So you need to know that it is applicable for all. Now, if you want to, you can contribute. But there is no like tier 1, like where you contribute 10%, government also will contribute. You have only tier 2 option. Whatever you want, you can contribute. Okay, there is no like 10% you and the equal contribution will be, because you are not working for the government now, right? So the government won't contribute for you. Now you can contribute. That means this is your saving. Now, instead of going for this, you can simply invest in mutual fund yourself also. If you want to, you can opt for NPS, like proper pension system and all, right? And then these guys will be investing in mutual funds. Instead, if you want, if you have some good knowledge, you can invest in mutual funds, or you can invest in bonds yourself, or you can invest in the good quality stocks. That also, this is what they are doing. So why can't you do the same thing? Why you are paying these guys some unnecessary commission? And the commission is there, right? Otherwise, these guys, why they need to work for you? There is a commission for mutual funds, and for everything there is a charge. All right. So where you can open the account, you can open NPS account in banks, and you can deposit any amount, which will go as tier 2 capital, right? The similar process, and the pension will start at 60 years. So it's just like an investment scheme, and you will get the tax deduction also in this. So these are what I want to tell you. Now, what is this PRAN? Permanent retirement account number, PRAN number. You'll be getting a PRAN number. Based on this only, the investment and everything, you can check how much it has grown. I can show you also my contribution, but not in the laptop, right? I'll just show you. Now I have deleted the app. So actually, you can download their app, and then you can have this PRAN number, enter that, and then when you enter the date of birth, you will see how much contribution is there, where it is invested, how much tier 1 have grown, how much tier 2 have grown, how much total have grown. Everything will be updated live. So you will know every day. It's not that you have invested and you're expecting that it is going up, or it is coming down. You know what is happening. In case if you want to, you can look at that. But that is very much not required. These guys will take care of it. Okay. Now, who manage the records? All the records are managed by NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited, established by SDL initially for managing demat trading, but this also now managed. Now, quickly, I'll talk about the Swavalamban scheme. It was launched in 2010, and in fact, in 2010 mains, this question was asked, Swavalamban. Guys, why I'm talking about this is because in case if you're getting a mains question related to micro pension schemes and all, you should be in a position to write all these schemes, right? So Swavalamban, initiated in 2010, it is for unorganized sector. Before I've talked about central government employees, this is for unorganized sector, for people who are not covered under any statutory pension scheme. So if you're not covered under any other scheme, you will be going for this. So you can open an NPS account with the banks. If you deposit money in the range of 1,000 to 12,000 per year, per annum, remember this range, then government will pay 1,000 rupee per year for 5 years. So government will pay you 5,000, 1,000 each every year. So you will be getting a contribution from government. How much? 5,000. How much you have to invest? Between the range of 1,000 to 12,000. Now, why this range is fixed? If you think logically, guys, if it is less than 1,000, if there is no lower limit, then what you can do? You can open an account. You will just invest 1 rupee. Okay, and government already made a commitment every year they will pay 1,000. So this year you invest just 1 rupee, government will pay 1,000. Next year you invest another 1 rupee, government will pay 1,000. Next year also you will invest 1 rupee, government will pay 1,000. So 5 years you have done, right? So by investing 5 rupees, you got 5,000 from government. So just to get that 5,000 from government, people can come and people can do these kinds of things, and we will do it, guys. Trust me, people are looking for things like this to do. So that is why they are keeping this limit. Okay, because otherwise government have to pay unnecessarily. Now, why not more than 12,000? Because if your income is more than 12,000, that government contribution is not required. That is the assumption. So to target that vulnerable sections, okay, and you cannot withdraw immediately because it can double in 5 years and return also. So to avoid the misuse, only this range is fixed. And guys, in 2011, government initiated NPS corporate model. That means the companies can opt this model if company want to give pension. So now at the corporate level, the companies can contribute this. That means, as I've told you already, anybody can. So that is why it is renamed as National Pension System. Okay. So one thing you need to understand, no fixed pension, but there is a fixed contribution. What contribution is fixed? Tier 1 contribution is fixed, not the tier 2. I hope this much is very clear. And then there is in 2015, I'll quickly discuss about this also. There is Atal Pension Yojana. This is for the range of 18 to 40 years. Just remember these years, Atal Pension Yojana. Now here there is a fixed pension. This also you remember, fixed pension, like 1,000, 2,000, like that, up to 5,000. So this pension is fixed. Now to get this, you have to make contribution, right? So I'll just show you. You will be contributing from 18 to 40 and pension from 60. Up till 40 you contribute and pension from 60. What is the contribution? Let's say your age of joining. Based on this, you have to pay the premium. It's like you will pay premium. So you contribute. And for different pension, if you need to get 1K, 2K, like this, if you need to get 5K, you will have, or let me show in this way, you have to make different contribution, right? So for 1K, 2K, 3K, as I've told you, these are defined pension, 5K. So you'll have to make a contribution. Let's say your age is 18 years at the time of joining, and then you just need to contribute only 42 rupee for 1,000 rupee pension. So what you will, if you contribute 42 rupee, what you will get? Every post-retirement, you'll be getting 1,000 rupee. Okay. Now, what if this age is increasing? What will happen is the premium will increase, because at the age of 18, you have more time, more investment values there. But at the age of 40 years, it will be high, like 291. So it has to be different, right? Because the time invested is different, right? So the amount have to be different. Now, if you need 1,000, here, this guy is going to get 1,000 after 42 years, but this guy is going to get 1,000 after 20 years. So obviously there is a difference, and this guy is going to contribute more, right? Compared to this guy. So that's why this is very less. So if it is 2K, just multiply this 2 into 42, 3K, 3 into 42, 5K, 5 into 42. So how much it will be? Like 210. And this guy also 5 into 291. How much it will be? Something like 1455, right? So the Swavalamban scheme, which I've told you, which was initiated in 2010, will shift to Adult Pension Yojana automatically until or unless if you opted otherwise. Okay. So guys, I hope you understood the session. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and you can comment below if you have any questions, and consider subscribing the channel also, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next session.